Like, that's a BORTAC guy, man. This is special weapons and tactics for Customs and Border Patrol. You guys understand that, right? Like, these guys are trained overseas. This is the most militarized unit that the Customs and Border Patrol has. Another one, ICE threatens a citizen. Yeah, Minneapolis. Border Patrol agents warned 2 white women in separate SUVs to stop trailing them and not to impede. Don't make a bad decision today. And that's the whole point. This is the reason why the Trump administration is not backing away from this, because they do want to create an environment of fucking fear when they do not have the law on their side. They are just telling their Gestapo agents to threaten people, okay? But that's all they can say. Don't make a bad decision. And that's precisely the reason why I'm saying we can't let this one get away. We cannot let Jonathan Ross get away with murder, because if they do get away with murder, then yes, the precedent, albeit not on legal grounds, but the precedent is set that they could just fucking shoot and kill people and get away with it. And if the law is not going to do it, we have to do it. We have to pressure the government to do it by protesting. It's fucking ridiculous. How is this so difficult to comprehend? That's why I say it's us versus them in this situation. And unless you are a part of the billionaire pedophile club, you are not a part of that group. You will not be protected. Okay? So it might not come across. It might come across like I'm just some fucking dumb commie. Okay? That's really emotional in this moment. But I'm actually trying to protect your rights for you. Whether you cannot fucking put this through your dense ass skull or not doesn't matter.
Interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our cars, you have a very high probability of making a really bad decision and being arrested today, okay?
I think I'm making exactly
I'm not.
the right decision.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning?
I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
Whoa, bad
Okay,
decisions.
thank
That's
you.
Funny.
Bad decision and ruin your life.
Thank you.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you. Have a good day.
I hope you have a terrible day.
Okay, thank you.
Like, that's a BORTAC guy, man. This is special weapons and tactics for Customs and Border Patrol. You guys understand that, right? Like, these guys are trained overseas. This is the most militarized unit that the Customs and Border Patrol has. They're not supposed to be doing fucking, like, regular detainments. What the fuck? The point of why they have special weapons and tactics or spec ops for Customs and Border Patrol is for, like, drug apprehensions, like massive fucking, like, cartel operations, shit like that. These guys are, yeah, IDF trained. They're not trained for crowd control. What the fuck? You can put BORTAC shit on any vest, bro. No, I think they are sending BORTAC units out there, for the record. I don't think it's... No, I don't think they're just, like, LARPing as BORTAC. I think they are actually BORTAC. Because if you look at their gear, it looks like they are BORTAC. I'm too old for Twitch. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs.
Yeah, there's a lot of ice around here. Just so you know, if we continue to have you follow us, okay, have fun. Don't make a bad decision today.
Like, that's a threat. Like, this is after Renee Good was killed, by the way. So what these guys are basically doing, is threatening all of the other people. It's not even a veiled threat. It's a very clear-cut threat. And this is how they're behaving. They are not supposed to be on the Minneapolis streets to begin with, especially not fucking BORTAC. BORTAC was the one that was doing the black bagging and kidnapping in Portland. Last time there was, the BLM protests that were taking place, if you remember, they would go in unmarked vans, come out, go outside, and just literally kidnap people in the streets. It was one of the most insane things I've ever seen, and we didn't fucking say anything about it at that point. And now, look, they're processing regular detainments on the streets, and not even regular detainments, but, like, they're basically just going around threatening random people. I don't understand how people do not, like, I genuinely don't get how you think this is appropriate. I don't understand it at all. I like, something must be broken in your brain to not realize what this means, to not realize like how far we have moved in a particular direction. Like this is a military dictatorship style situation taking place right now. You have militarized units that are illegally conducting operations that are specifically designed to strike fear in the minds and hearts of regular ass people, your fucking neighbors. And you sit there and you justify it. It blows my fucking mind, dude. You are not Mr. Freedom at all. For the record, I will say this. Live, we're with Border Patrol as they're being trailed by at least 2 SUVs in Minneapolis. Yeah, Fox News is also fucking live with Border Patrol. They're trying to do state propaganda.
This is a blue Rivian, an electric truck. It's been trailing us now for miles. What are you guys going to do?
Well, we're going to observe the situation, and if that individual does anything that would indicate that they're going to impede our federal law enforcement operation, we're going to stop. We're going to give them a warning, and then from there, they will be arrested for impeding.
Yeah, let's try to get this guy on the street somewhere and stop, and then we'll let him know.
That SUV is also trailing you and beeping at you right now.
That is correct. And as you can see, that individual just made an abrupt...
Oh no. Oh no. They're hurting your feelings. They're hurting my feelings, which means they're impeding on an investigation. Sorry. We have to kill you now. They're honking. They're honking at me and they're filming me. Mike from PA mentioned recently that this same shit was a factor in the Civil War. Southern states would send in slave catchers to northern states and purposely provoke people. Yeah. Slave catchers would go up to the northern states for slave extraction, okay? And they wouldn't actually extract anyone at all, obviously, and that concept is such a fucking disgusting one to begin with that it like feels weird even saying it out loud like that. But instead of doing like any sort of, instead of doing any sort of slave catching, they were there specifically, which wouldn't be appropriate even if they were doing that, for the record. I just want to repeat that over and over again. But they were there just to cause, they were there to cause commotion. And create an environment of instability.
U-turn because we realize he crossed the line with us, and if we encounter him again, we're going to stop him, issue him a warning, and let him know you keep doing this, you're going to jail.
Yeah, if you're wondering why Jonathan Ross was holding his iPhone in one hand and the gun in the other, one possibility is from Drew Harwell's reporting. ICE is under pressure from the White House to create as much content as possible. Isn't that fucking nuts? Like they are trying to make like Department of Homeland Security Twitter videos, dude. That's what it is. They're trying to do like libtard own compilations, and then they ended up doing murder. Oh, they arrested someone for hitting a Border Patrol car. Yeah. Intense video. Minneapolis anti-ICE protest. Woman appeared to hit a Border Patrol SUV as it drove by with an agent inside. Another person appeared to spit on the SUV as well. This video shows the woman being apprehended by agents. This just happened.
Step back. She hit a vehicle.
Yeah, hit with her hand or body, not car, by the way. They're now saying she hit a Border Patrol vehicle with her hand or body. Bro, if you cannot see how much this is turning into Israel and you are Hamas, you are the Palestinians in this equation, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that is where we're at. This is exactly how Israel occupies the West Bank. This is exactly what the Israeli occupational forces do in the fucking West Bank. And the difference is your goddamn neighbors are now treated as you know, a force that must be occupied. Our own government is doing this to us, and people are fucking falling asleep at the wheel. United States of Israel, man. This is what's going on. Yeah, a chatter was brutalized yesterday as well. I know this is that's a chatter, I think. Right? He sent this video to me earlier. He's in the chat, so luckily he's fine. Bro, murder is the next meta in content creators, bro. Get on the bandwagon. Yeah. What do you think of liberals who use instances such as this to demonstrate why leftists should have voted for Kamala Harris? I have no respect for them because in this moment, if they are not out in the fucking streets protesting against the Trump administration and using this as an instance to left bash when the left was objectively correct, when their criticisms were on Kamala Harris dropping the fucking ball because they knew that this would happen, or at least in my circumstance, this is exactly what I said was going to happen, which is why I said Kamala Harris needed to be better at fucking actually advocating for how this was going to happen, and she never did. Instead, she took a pro-border control stance, a pro-lethal military stance for some fucking reason, and ended up losing because she was dancing around with fucking Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney. This was my point. And liberals who just did not recognize this reality for some fucking weird reason are now, instead of having a moment of you know, self-reflection, having a moment of honesty, and realizing that the far graver threat is the fascism that is coming down right now, that is happening right now, are still trying to left bash for some reason. They're trying to fucking yell at the people that are getting arrested. Your ego doesn't matter, okay? Stop trying to fucking protect your goddamn ego. Lock in. This is the exact same reason why the left was also correct when we fucking criticized a bunch of Democrats, 75 of them, I believe, that voted for the fucking Laken Riley Act in the Congress, in both the Senate and the House of Representatives, or even a larger number, I believe. This is it. Democrats actually are basically funding the bullets that are being used on people like Renee Good when they don't stand in opposition to this. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and the 70-odd Democrats who went on the record to thank ICE for their service, like, what are we doing?
fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. So are you. You're a fucking Nazi. All of you are fucking Nazis. How the fuck do you think that happened? You're all fucking Nazis. You're a fucking Nazi. You don't care? You're a fucking Nazi. Pussy. Pussy. Yeah, pussy.
Fucking don't want to stand alongside leftists to protest, but also don't organize their own protests because they don't ever do shit. Exactly. But that's not true, though, because the liberal chirpers online that are trying to preserve their egos are out of touch little shitheads. But there are plenty of people who voted blue no matter who that are on the fucking streets. As a matter of fact, I go so far as to say there are more people on the streets that are of that variety, just like regular old libs who recognize right from wrong, who are actually taking it to the fucking streets, older in general, and even wealthier on average. Okay? That's what I see when I see these videos. I mean, there's HasanAbi heads here and there, but let's be real. There are a fuck ton of older liberals out there who are very frustrated. More so than the youth, let's be real. The youth are super checked out.
a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. Go home. You're a fucking Nazi. Go fuck yourself. Pussy. Pussy, I'm talking to you, bitch. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. Pussy.
Another thing that's like totally fucked up here is that the Democrats are not even capitalizing on this to win easy political points. Like, look at this. During the moment of silence, the Minnesota Timberwolves held before their game with the Cavs tonight. A fan yelled, "Go home ice," and everyone else started cheering. Now, understand something. This happened the night that Renee Good was shot and killed, right? By an ICE agent. If you want to understand how little the average person or even corporations give a shit about the administration's messaging on this, think about that. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is the day after. Think about that. The administration at this point have spent 24 hours calling Renee Good a domestic terrorist. So technically, if anybody actually took what the administration is saying seriously, what is going on here is doing a moment of silence for basically like ISIS, right? Like we're talking about doing a moment of silence for a domestic terrorist. You realize that, right? Like you understand that no one is actually taking what this administration is saying seriously. And this is yet another indication of that, because clearly they tried to go along with this, like this person is domestic terrorist narrative, and no one fucking gave a shit. Even corporations don't give a shit. The people clearly don't give a shit. Like this is like doing a moment of silence for Hamas.
Please join us in a moment of silence.
A mod on r/Timberwolves kept deleting the clip and fuck ICE comments, and they booted him from the sub. Democrats love ICE, bro. They literally agree with what they're doing. That is the only conclusion. No, this is not Democrats. You're talking about Democratic Party politicians. Okay? Until they show us that they're with it, until they show us that they're willing to go out and take it to the streets, until they show us with their actual legislative line items that they're against ICE, that they want to take away ICE's funding, that they want to stop ICE, that they plan to punish ICE agents and this administration for doing all of this like unlawful fascist nonsense. They are complicit in this. But the Democratic voters themselves are not on board. Okay? Please make no mistake. There are a lot of people out there who are lifelong blue down the line voters, blue no matter who voters, who are very frustrated with this. And not only are they very frustrated with this, but they're also waking up to the fucking reality. They're waking up to the reality that the Democratic Party's representatives are not even representing their anger and frustration. That's precisely the reason why there is an unprecedented level of unpopularity for the opposition party at a time when there's an even higher level of unpopularity for the administration. That's the big difference. Dems right now are not even doing 2016 style resistance liberalism. I do not know where they go from here, but it's crazy to me that they're not even trying to get ahead of the momentum that is building. Okay? I said this earlier. Look, I said, I'm going to say it one more time. The liberals are waking up while the Dems are being weirdly timid here. No organizing, no party funds. It's the midterms too. I know I shit on the Dems a lot, but this is a totally new level of incompetence. Not even 2016 resistance liberalism. It's crazy. And I low key, I think AOC is also not doing enough. And the only people that are aesthetically doing things is like Gavin Newsom, for example. Gavin Newsom knows what time it is. He obviously is not going to be the change, right? He is going to be just as ridiculous, just as ineffective as like, you know, a Kamala Harris presidency would. He's basically just going to be the guy who siphons all of those voters who want some sort of change, right? He's going to siphon all of that angst and animosity that people feel towards the current administration And his job is to just like mog people, right? That's basically all he's doing. He is not going to represent a serious change. He is not on board with any sort of significant change. He's not showing us that he's on board with any significant change. He's just simply doing like posts on Twitter, right? And what's really frustrating about this is that you either are going to get people who funnel into Gavin Newsom because at least he's the only one that's like, you know, seemingly fighting back through posts, or they're just not going to have anything at all. Like that's the two options that we have in the Dem leadership and the future of the party right now is the Bernie-crats not actually fucking really stressing the importance of the moment, not actually coming out and swinging and saying like, hey, this is illegal. We will punish these people. You need to remember that you are not going to be in power forever. And when you are out of power, we will arrest you. We will prosecute you. That's what AOC should be saying right now. If she wants to be the new leader of the party, she should be out there organizing. She should be out there going to fucking Minneapolis. There should be demonstrations. There should be protests. And yes, once again, don't let liberals try to do revisionism on Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party. These are the campaign against Donald Trump.
Kamala Harris has spent decades fighting violent crime. As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border. As vice president, she backed the toughest border control bill in decades. And as president, she will hire thousands more border agents and crack down on fentanyl and human trafficking. Fixing the border is tough. So is Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Here's the thing, like, we need a Jean-Luc Mélenchon. That's it. We need a Mélenchon. If there was a Mélenchon-style Democrat right now, they would be fucking cleaning the goddamn table. If there was a fighter who wasn't just like doing posts, okay, who wasn't just like aesthetically posturing against the administration like Gavin Newsom, but actually fucking putting their body on the line. And the closest we have to that, unfortunately, to admit here is Ro Khanna, literally, right? Like the closest we have to that is Ro Khanna right now, which is crazy to say. You know, I've had plenty of criticisms for the guy, but he is doing something. We have Ro Khanna. We have Van Hollen. But as far as like ambitions for higher office, someone who has the capacity to do so, AOC would be that person. AOC could be that person, and she's not being that person right now. Straight up. Like, you will bring up people like, you know, Dr. Abdul El Sayed or Kat Abu Ghazaleh. Like, yes, Summer Lee. But these are not people that have ambitions for higher office or the capacity to potentially win higher office right now, right? Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, they're doing their best in the positions that they're in. AOC, on the other hand, has like national prominence. That's why I keep stressing that. We're talking about someone with a national platform. But yeah, Biden and Obama increased ICE funding, and Kamala Harris ran on being tougher on the border than Trump. If we are going to get change, we can't lie about the Democratic Party's complicity. It's true. Lol, you dickbags weren't even concerned about ICE under Biden. You R-worded fuck is so funny to say to fucking Mike from PA. I like you, Hassan, but not going to lie. Abel, the Jamaican, says, I like you, Hassan, but not going to lie. Cringe every time you think the Dems are going to do something or even care about Americans. It's genuinely so cringe. You're a lib. Brother, we have no other options right now. You understand that, right? I'm trying to fucking do anything I can for self-preservation, you know? Okay? There's a goddamn hemorrhaging wound here, and I'm trying to apply medical gauze, and you're like, why are you doing it, dude? Just bleed out and die. You know that, right? You understand that. Like, I'm not saying the Democratic Party is going to be our savior or anything. Make no mistake. But what options do we have? We have no options. There's nothing else. I'm trying to work within I'm trying to work with the things that we have at our disposal, or what we're supposed to. You are turning to diet fascists to save you. How do you not understand that?